Just spoke to me. Must be around 74 or 75 years old. He was my science teacher. Not my teacher, but he was a science teacher in my school. Originally, he is a biology student, but he teaches physics and chemistry. So when he teaches, we all go and then observe how he teaches. See, in younger classes we learn lens. So what he does is he takes a cigarette and then put it at the focal length, and the cigarette will burn. And this distance is focus. That's a focal length. That's how he teaches. He used to come with the pedaling, that TVS vehicle, old one. He will open it up in the veranda, teach everybody the spark, everything we have seen inside of the vehicle. He is a man with a lot of vision. His class is always with experiments. So when I conduct a camp in my hometown, he will come with 3-4 bags. Electronics will be there, mechanical engineering will be there, and he will open it up and then start showing many things. So many electronics engineers, all of them will come and then see, oh, what a wonder is this. We have seen all this in the theory, but we are seeing it. Like what I have just shown you, the North Pole, South Pole, I learned from him actually. And he is also a good craftsman. So what he does is, he keeps Rama and Sita. One side of Rama and the other side will be Ravana. And it is kept in a small half bowl. Ball which is you have got ice cream and all in the half sphere. Put a cement there, and in which he will put a North Pole, South Pole magnet. Right? And Rama will be on the North Pole. Sita's South Pole. The face will be South Pole, behind will be North Pole. So as Rama approaches, Sita will turn. He will reverse Ravana, immediately Sita will turn. So we are putting mythology into physics. So I did this when I went to US. I had a camp, 150 children. They don't know who is Rama, Ravana, all that. Sita, no, they're all children who took birth there, right? So I could teach all of them this. There was an enemy, there was a friend. Easy to teach. These are all, he is a man of design thinking actually. He draw pictures. You know the momentum in physics and all, how he teaches is beautiful. You have got a auto rickshaw here, and I am running and hitting. Auto rickshaw only, right? The mass is less and it's not moving. Assume auto rickshaw is running and you are running in the opposite side and then hitting. Momentum will be higher because this also has a velocity. And assume instead of running you are walking and hitting. Damage will become less because your speed is less. So velocity, mass proportional to the impact. Impact is momentum. What a simple method. This is how he teaches. And he draw that. Everything he will draw. So every design thinking person should have little ability to draw, so that you can put your ideas into pictures. Right? And those pictures are depicting better. That's how it should happen.
That's what we have, thinking in science, thinking in images.
Yeah, it should come in the picture. You must be able to make a picture out of your thoughts.
That is what is visual capability.
That you can develop actually. It's not a big task. It's not a big task. You can go to my website, you can see my house. But if I want to draw that house, it doesn't take much time. Now, drawing is one basic ability you should have. See, this is my house in Kerala. You can see the picture and then see whether it is. My house is there. You go to Google Map and then see DrTPS. My house is called Jnanam. Jnaanam. Jnanam. That's because Janaki is my mother's name, Narayan Mendray. That's why it is named as that. Now, over now? Are you getting the house structure now? Got it? So it has two projections, one center. That's it. This is my house. So when you do this, if you know how to draw your ideas, the first part of ideation is over. All these technical terms are there in your syllabus if you look at it. Your ideation is not your ideation. The ideation should be given to somebody else. So you will see once the ideation is done, you will see some picture like this. This is what one picture you will see, where lot of ideas are there. When you put it into picture, it becomes less in number. Then you have to expand in between. This is where the process happens. The test process will happen after that. Got it? Okay, now I will ask you, holding glass, you have glass at home, right? Why can't you have a glass with all the finger can go exactly like this and the finger can go like this? Generally we hold like this, right? So this forefinger goes inside and one finger like this. And holding and drinking becomes easier, right? It will never slip. Why glass cannot come with the forefinger and then one finger the other side so that you can hold it very strong? The cup is not required. The cup is to hold it tight, right? Actually that's an extra projection. Instead of that, the glass itself can have this. Why not? Glass itself, instead of having this cup, the handle, the glass itself can have the shape where my hand will go and hand will go, no? Think, this is how you should think. Now assume you have lot of seat is there and you need a chair where you need a lot of books to be kept, no? You can have the ability to keep books below. I remember when in one of the schools what I did was, every chair will have a hook behind. So that the next person can put his bag there. Otherwise you can have a hook beside and then put the bag. Otherwise bag is a big process, right? The backpack you don't know where to keep for children. Students need some place to keep it.
If you are sitting uncomfortably, keeping it.
No, this is for comfortability. So that I will not lean back.
Convenience for you.
No, this is my backbone will become straight. Otherwise chairs are not meant for sitting straight. It is meant for relaxing. I am not a person who relaxes. I am very strong. Never gone to a doctor for a disease curing. Midam bhuktva, eat little. Shatam japtva. Teachers don't require japam. Class itself is a japam. For me, class itself is a japam. I am not using my brain. You can put an electroencephalograph and test when I am teaching like this also. I don't use my brain to teach. It comes from my soul. Uddhared atmanatmanam. Improve your heart and the atma same. So that what comes from you is an inner knowledge. I have prepared. You want hundreds of pictures, lot of YouTube videos downloaded, PPT, everything is there inside this. On design thinking alone. 5 GB, I was just showing you. My directory is 5 GB. I just dumped it. Okay, but that doesn't help. If at all, if I look at all that, this what I did is much better than all of them. I'll tell you, I was director for Academic Staff College. Academic Staff College is teachers training programs. If an assistant professor has to become professor, he has to get a certificate from Academic Staff College. I don't know whether it's applied here, not in private colleges. In all the government, it's there. So they have to go there, get a certificate, they have advanced knowledge, then only they will get. So we give a certificate, you have advanced knowledge. And we conduct a lot of programs. So everybody was dull. I asked what? We are doing evaluation. I said tomorrow you bring all your papers. You have 20 people, you have to evaluate. Get some sample. I will look at that and then tell you how much mark each fellow will get. And I asked them, go and evaluate and come back. Marks doesn't vary much. It's very simple. Look at the paper, we know how much mark they will get. There may be a scale difference. My scale may not be your scale. You have to make that scale evaluating one or two paper, the rest you can apply. That's a guarantee which I give. It's not hard. You are taking more time. I take less time. That's only the difference. So, your knowledge should be your experience. Reading doesn't give you that. I am seeing around what is around me. Because I had such teachers just now. I was supposed to mention about him after this. And during the interval he called me. Because I kept on thinking about him. There is a message goes there. He talks to me. DrTPS Anandan Master. Videos are there. He never taught me, but he was my teacher in the school. The school is our management. My grandfather owned that. Started in 1939. And he was a science master. So my trust Shiksha gave him an award called Science Master. I recognized him. And for every class, students camp, I call him and one day is his. So I asked to bring plastic and all that. That was all his. I learned from him. And yesterday I told that 4 scales can be added together and then you make a square. One scale, one scale, one scale, one scale. Right? Draw it. Otherwise you will forget. That's a square. 4 scales. So what I do is, I take the Chinese scale flexible. One hole in one side. Put it reverse and make hole on the other sides. And then put nut and bolt. So you make a square. Are you teaching? The circumference of a square is 4. You taught this. Practically seeing, correct or not? Circumference of a square with 1 feet. 1 feet is 4 feet. They have learned. And now what you do is you put a diagonal. So 2 triangles make 1 square. That is why, and even rectangle. 2 triangles make 1 square. And this is B, this is H. Therefore, the area is B into H. And therefore, the triangle area is half BH. The right angle triangle area is half BH. Did you learn like this? All the trigonometry I teach like this. Trigonometry is very simple and many people have problem with that. So look at DrTPS trigonometry. I teach that in an entirely different style. Got it? Trigonometry need not to be taught by triangle. It has to be taught by circle. Many people don't know even that. They think that trigonometry is triangle, right? But trigonometry is not triangle because angle is coming. Angle comes 360 degree, right? So what you do is put a circle, x-axis, and this circle you reverse it here and then put like this. That is your sine and cos curve. Finished. This is wave theory. Wave is like this, right? And what do you put? When this is the base. Just now we told, base, height, and what do you represent this? Hypotenuse, right? I'll keep it R. R is the radius. This is the base. And this is the height. And when angle is like this becomes the height, this becomes the base, and this becomes the radius. Sine, cos. Teach this. Your children will get something. It's simple as this. Now this is theta, right?
Yeah.
Now theta becomes 0. H becomes 0. Base is equal to radius. And that is sine or cos. Sine or cos? That is cos. Okay. Sine is opposite side height by. So sine 0 is 0. Sine 0 is 0. Why? Because base becomes radius, height becomes 0. 0 by radius. 0 by hypotenuse. Now change slowly. Oh, this is 45 degree. Then what will happen? This will become B will become H. So this will become 1, this will become 1. B will become H. This is 45 degree. So 45 degree sine will become 1 by root 2 because this is 1, this is 1, this becomes root 2. So sine 45 is 1 by root 2, cos 45 is 1 by root 2. You don't have to by heart. You know the principle, it is easy to find. Now once it comes here, the height becomes radius and base becomes 0. So cos 90 becomes 0 and sine becomes 1. Done now? Is it not simple? Many people find it so difficult. No, I ask them, now you make a table and then learn trigonometry. This is, you are designing it. Your class becomes a design. Because I am drawing it. Got it? So visualize. Most important in learning process, any invention is visualization. Drawing is visualization. To draw, you need to have a visualization. Both are same. If I can visualize, I can draw. If I can draw, you can visualize it. If I have somebody who taught me like this, you will also get naturally that ability. So design thinking cannot be done individually. It has to be group activity. Smile. Got it? You will love it. Are you not loving? It's the way of the dress design, advertisement design. Right? I learned tailoring when I was in 9th class. Umbrella cut. Right? What do you have? W cut, U cut, V cut. All that I did. I am a good tailor. Only if you have a design ability, you know how to design dresses. Even in the kitchen, a good chef need to know how to design, because they make a lot of items. Even your salad while cutting, you can have a great design, right? You don't require great things, I'll tell you. You have fork at home? Fork is there, right? You have kira? What is kira? No. Vallarika, kakirika you have, right? Right? Kakiri normally you cut, it becomes round, shapeless. What you do is take this fork, make all the sides one row and then cut. You will see beautiful shape.
Like a star.
Like a star. Same for carrot. We make puttu in house, right? Generally coconut is put. Instead of that, put beetroot, put carrot. So it gives different colors. Kids will love it. It looks beautiful. I remember, I am a vegetarian. So one day I was called for an iftar. Nool put was there. But nool put was different colors. Because they put all these juice and then added there to give different color. How do they make it so colorful? It's a method. So cooking is a great design. I keep seeing lot of cooking. My leisure time is on YouTube, look at the cooking. Afghanistan, what do they do? What a great art is cooking. DrTPS cooking, look at it. Even chai making is a great, you don't know how to make really, most of you. You put all the powder, you put milk also and then put it there, right? No. And the essence of tea powder and less tea powder can be used, and you can make a great tea only when water and tea powder with sugar boiled for longer time and add milk later. All the 5-star hotel, they will give you decoction plus. But at home, what do? Then actually, the tea powder is not boiling sufficient enough to get the tea taste. Got it? And similarly, when you pour it, in hotels and all, they pour it like this. So the pata will come, foams will come on the top. Right? That's the best taste. So how do you do? With the filter, you have two aripa. One with a bigger jali on the out and the inner jali smaller one. Sometimes they will use the reverse. You don't even check why are you buying this, why they make two different ones. You don't even think about it, right? Which one to be purchased, you must think. Which is easier for you to clean. See, actually the bigger one on the bottom and the top, smaller one, when you pour, what will happen? It doesn't stop. From there, when you pour from higher, actually the forms can be generated. The other way it will not generate. And what happens? Yeah, but at home if you don't want to do it, even you can pour it from height and you don't take two different vessels. No, the same glass when you pour it. See what I'm saying, the designing of that also has got a mechanism. Why, for what purpose they use it? You are not even thinking about it. You have to think. Lot of small things, but big difference it makes in your life pattern. Look at it very carefully. I made my house with my design. I have an apartment in Hyderabad. The front entry, my sitting place is here. I don't have shelf on the bottom. Because if you put a sitting table and your head comes up to here, no wardrobe you can open. Correct or not? So my bookshelf starts from here to the top. Display of items, all that will be there. And this wall is shared with the kitchen. Kitchen, I want everything on the handy on the bottom, not on the top, right? So there is no wall actually. My whole house, which I constructed in an apartment, ground floor is mine. The whole house is no wall actually. It's only wardrobe, either open this side or the open the other side. No expenditure at all, right? Otherwise you are spending unnecessary money on wall, and then what do? You buy another furniture to put there, so the space is occupied more. Expense is less here. And no brick at all. It's only jali. Actually you can put a net and then plaster it on top. So after my work, the mason also learned a lot of trick of making like this. Got it? And the puja room, there are no pictures kept. Actually the tiles are available with the print. Correct? So all the different gods and goddesses, everybody is on a tile. Puja room is free. Otherwise what do? You have a wall, then buy another picture, and cleaning.
Okay, how can you garland?
See, very simple, Amma. You keep stickers there and then put it. My wife makes beautiful garlanding. Every day, she is a Gayatri Devi. Puja, every day. She is Varasyar. Varasyar is giving garlands. You asked a beautiful question. So what she does, every day she does her own hand, makes flower garlands, and then this is not my house, it's in the quarter section. So she makes flower. Every day she changes DP with the new pictures. That's a DP. So morning 4:30 she wakes up, goes and collects all the. We have a beautiful garden. I am staying in the quarters now, and she is the director. So we have got a lot of gardeners. We want what is to be planted, they will plant. We are very rich. Departmental spaces are rich. I am not very rich. Departmental space is very rich. Garden budget itself is very high. I'll say I want the plantains to be, they will put the plantains. A lot of people to work. So she gets a lot of flowers and finish all that. 9 o'clock the office starts. She goes only at 10 o'clock. But evening she will come not at 5:30, she will come at 8 o'clock. Lunch she will bring all that From the canteen, the lunch is got for both of us. And I will spare 2 chapatis for the evening. Life is designed well. Life has to be designed perfectly. Got it? You have to have exact plan. Make things the way you want. Not like the way it comes. Morning itself is a hurry-burry for all of you, right? You don't know what to search where. If I have to plan my journey, the bag will be ready. As and when I see something, I'll put it there. Oh, design thing I have to. That old floppy I want. You know, this floppy which I have just shown you must be used by me in 1990s. 32 years back. After that, I never used. And I shifted house 3 times. So I went back to that house to just to take this floppy for you. Otherwise, I was showing picture on display. I have. Actually, I am also a Vastu expert. I design not even Vastu. Vastu is for houses. Agama Shastram is the Shastra. Agama Shastram is for temples. Okay. Whether you have put this handle and you also put a pull here. Traditional houses, did they put a pull, push and all that? From the handle, we must know whether it is to be pulled or pushed. That's all. But here, the other side also they kept the same handle. That is because they put a wooden piece inside so that both can be screwed. One job is over. Understood? Otherwise this is free, nothing is there. You cannot screw here. While putting, you have to put a wooden piece inside so that this can be screwed together. Actually, this is where it should be put. Pulling is like this. Pushing should be like this. Pulling cannot be like this. You will hit. Pulling can be like this. Understood? So there is a rule for pulling, the handle has to be vertical. For pushing, the handle has to be horizontal. Suppose the person who doesn't know, you will find it difficult. Have you seen some glass doors are there? In the hotel, instead of pushing, you will pull it up, you will hit there, and you will see whether somebody is. The problem is not that I have to see, even if you are driving a two-wheeler, when you fall, first you want to see whether somebody is. Nobody has seen, no problem. That's a human nature. I keep making jokes. You go to a 5-star hotel in a washroom, you don't know where the flush is. There also you will see whether somebody has seen. You know nobody is there. It's a natural tendency for human being. We are all not worried about what happens to us. We are worried about my mistake is seen by others. That's why we are called a human being. We don't want to show. We can do any mistakes anywhere. But not in front of somebody. In front of somebody, he did it. A big job. But something you do it hidingly, it is much more worse. Correct? That knowledge of where to do what, where, when, why, how, in front of whom, who does it matters. WWWWHW. That's what it is. So if you don't design well, you will hit. Our traditional, you heard about Mahabharata war. The whole Mahabharata war is because of a good design or bad design? You don't know. Good design or bad design? Why Duryodhana was angry with Dharmaputra? There was a flooring in which he thought there is water, and then he was walking with difficulty, and then he felt there is no water, he has wet himself. Got it? Intentionally made to make him like that. Actually, somebody has visualized, that design. Understood? You go to Khajuraho. Have you seen Khajuraho? Meenakshi temple is great, no second. But Khajuraho is much greater. Any dance posture, any sex posture which you have, you can see a statue there. That's why the Khajuraho's old name is Vatsyapuram. You know Vatsya? Do you know him or what? Kama Shastra. His place was Khajuraho. That is center of India. Which is center of India?
Mumbai.
Khajuraho. Not this India. Bharat. Okay. Earlier, they have visualized the center of India. That line is called Greenwich line. Correct? Longitudinal line and latitudinal lines. Longitudinal lines divide India into two pieces. Lenga. Lenga was also Bharat. Lenga, Vatsya, Vatsyapuram. Lenga, Vatsya, Puravandi, Sthaneshwara Suralayan. Put a nail there and put one thread connecting Lenga to Vatsyapuram. Deshandara Vidayini. That is what is called the Greenwich Meridian. I am telling the word Greenwich, actually it's not Greenwich. Deshandara Vidayini. Longitudinal, zero longitude. Can you imagine? People have thought about the whole world into longitudinal lines even before they could see. So great visualization power. Imagination. That was our science. Everybody learned chemistry, right? Have you seen atom in your life? Then what chemistry you have learned? Learning about atom is chemistry. And you learned the whole chemistry without seeing an atom. May I show you atom now? Huh? I cannot show you one atom. I can show you bulk of atoms. You are a bulk of atom, I am a bulk of atom, right? See what poetically they have represented. Jala andara gade bhanav. Take a glass of water, put a torchlight inside. The light goes, you will see small particles moving. In a slit of light passes in a dark room, you will see particle moving. Same, it is not pollution. They are called Rajaha. Jala andara gade bhanav. Yet sushmam. Carefully look at it. Drishyate. What you see is called Rajaha. Tasya trimshattamo bhagaha. Divide that into 300 pieces. Okay. You want to see a Rajaha? Your hair, not elephant hair, your hair. Your hair thickness. Take that thickness and make a piece out of it. So it becomes a square piece or a round. The thickness, same length only you should cut. It will become invisible. Your naked eye. But you put a light and do that, you will see that. Otherwise, even a hair you cannot see without a light. Correct? That piece is called Rajaha. Tasya trimshattamo bhagaha. Divide that into 300 pieces. Then what you are seeing is Paramanu Riti Smrdaha. This is what is called Paramanu. Paramanu is atom. Are you able to visualize? And if you are not able to visualize, one more line is there. Nani nam drishti gojra. If you have buddhi, you will be able to see. Hey, what a beautiful way of understood what I am saying. So it is not that I can see. What I should do? I should make others to visualize. So what is design thinking? It's all visualization. If I visualize things, now from the globe, I visualized. Now in the whole planet you want to visualize? Suppose two people stand like this and somebody is pulling me here, somebody is pulling me here. Where do I go? Resultant vector. In mathematics there is a resultant vector, right? Two vectors, same magnitude, exactly bifurcates. Little more, get inclined. Here, little inclined. No? Equal. Now all planets are being pulled with gravity in two different directions. One planet is pulling there, another planet is pulling here. So many different planets are pulling. So what will happen? All of them will start rotating. That's how the universe, solar system. That's called a universal gravity. Got it? Don't think it's a new. It is there in our old traditional textbooks. Akrishti, attraction. Shaktistu, that's a gravity. Akrishti Shaktistu, each planet will have its own Akrishana. And then, if everything is attracting to each other, Padatvayam K, where it can fall, because that's also there is no up and down there, na? Are you able to visualize up and down is not there? East and west is not there in the. So, this is a great visualization. Whole universe is a great visualization. Who is the best design thinker?
God.
Brahma. No. Brahma became Brahma because of Adi Parashakti, the mother of all, called Adi Parashakti. See, the whole God concept, whole universe concept, the way in which is posted, the way things are happening. If my hand, when we wanted to have itching, Tamil Nadu people are great inventors. They have got the scratching thing, right? Actually, Tamil Nadu people make lot of such design thing. The next is only mirrored. Then in between you have got Surat. These are few people where they make a lot of gadgets like this. Sari can be made, which can be put in a matchbox, not a big matchbox, small. Bangla silk saris. If you wear, nobody will know that you have worn. Even you may not know that you have worn. So they don't wear it. They wear it outside a different sari, so that the jari can be seen. Right? Knife, different designs of knife. Different purposes. Each purpose there is a different design knife, right? The weight of, you have a handle and you have a metal. The hand. You hold it like this. If the metal is more, when you throw, the metal will go first. Sometimes the design is not good, the handle become heavier. You need a handle heavier if you are going to break it using it as a handle. That handle has to be great. If you are throwing, metal has to be great. These are all different designs. Each chain what you make, gold what you make, ornaments what you make, full of designs. What is beauty in that? It should be able to lock, but I must be able to release it. Without seeing also you must do it, right? Correct? Design. It is there. Whichever subject, whichever activity you want, let that be the design of a prototyping. What is prototyping? One word is prototyping. I wanted to make a font like this. First, what is done is, do you have a prototyping machines you have not seen? Do you have a prototyping machine here? Okay, SNC is there. Yeah. So what is done is, if I want to make, first I make a prototype. Yeah. So once you make a prototype, you know, it's convenient, it is usable, handy. All that has to be done. Now, why ask me a question? Why the font has to be a rectangle? Why it cannot be like an oval? So that I can flap it. I can open it like this. Earlier, traditionally, it was oval, right? Receiver and mouthpiece, both was oval. Suppose you have got that oval shape where I can flap it and keep it. It will become like your makeup box you will have with a mirror, right? When you open it. Can't you imagine like this? And then the handle port can be pulled so that I will have like this. Put it there. It will be nice, right? Why is it not coming? Think. This thinking is what is essential. Assume that you have a TV. Why it has to be rectangle? Assume that it becomes an oval TV, no? Yeah. It doesn't matter, no. See, even if you see a movie, you don't see the whole portion. You will see only the hero. Correct or not? Do you think you will see the whole area? You will see only when you wanted to get attracted, that portion only you will see. Are you seeing, when you are seeing a movie, the whole portion? I don't think. What you will see is what you wanted to see, that portion only, right? Correct? You don't believe or what? Huh? Okay. If you don't believe, I will show you now. Yeah, you are not seeing. I said as DrTPS is here. So you will only see DrTPS. You don't see what's around. So always Your focus is on the center, so that is not right.
I have seen the no, I'm the
You are a technical person. You are in a technical person. The reason is image processing cannot display an image other than matrix. Matrix is always square or rectangle. You understood? Because it's image. Camera cannot be like that. I would have made a camera which is round. No. Camera has to be. So far we have no image processing methods, image capturing methods, because everything is matrix. Matrix is rows and columns. Basic reason. So, without knowledge, if you design, the waste of space will come. So, designing needs lot of knowledge around it. Don't think that you can do blah blah blah. First knowledge, then design. So, your basic subject you must know. Then get into designing. Now tell me, I'll give you another exercise. You have from morning till night your schedule, 24 hours. So you make a 24 hours circle. Correct? Clock. 24 hours clock. But don't write numbers in. Draw activities to represent and see how your day is filled. Draw a big circle. Correct? Understood? Clock nobody draws. Though we have a watch like this, we don't draw like this, right? Generally clock means what you will do? Draw circle on. That's because 24 hours, 360 degrees. That's how it is. Now you are making a timetable. For example, your children wanted to make a timetable for every day. What do? You write it 7:30 to 8:30, 9:30 to it doesn't look good. Suppose you draw like this, new design, right? Correct or not? These are all new designs. So activity is filled like this. She will decide when you will wake up.
Actually, it is 24 hours.
Yeah, it is 24 hours.
1 to 12, 1 to 12.
1 to 12. So what will happen to 0 to 1? Actually 0 to 0. So you need not to put it. That's why I did not write number. I said don't write number. You are opening up a big question. You have to think. Don't open your thoughts. I want to crash. That's why I said. Why did they ask you to do this soon after telling it needs a lot of knowledge to design? Don't. Just do it. Silently do it. Now somebody will start thinking, something is there, some catches. I said generally when we draw 12 hours clock we draw. But my assignment is, I said 24 hours what we do. Now you open up to the Pandora box. Yeah, you could. I am not asking you to stop what you want. No, you can have a day and night. That doesn't matter. See, this is where testing. You are internally testing. You are hypothecating. You are discussing. You are empathing yourself. That's actually empathy. Internal process. Don't think design thinking happens only when you go to a user. You are the user, you are the producer. Don't you make a coffee and then taste yourself and say, not good, add a little more. That's it. Not when somebody comes. You are doing it. This is one of the best examples which I give generally. I have not given to anybody, I have given to some students at home. Okay, you got the idea, no?
Yes.
What is the problem here? You are drawing. Now you started thinking, right? Yes or no? How do I do this? What are my activities? Many people, this fellow only started that. Yeah, the confusion is what is starting. Then you start debating yourself. That itself is a common process. For every activity you need this. You have to debate yourself. You are the user, you are the producer. What do you do? Look at it. And the first design thinking starts at home in the morning. You will start what is to be. Yeah, that's correct. And then you look at the mirror and look at it. How much time you spend in your own design? Life is waste. First physical. It matters. Physical. Then intellectual. But you spend a lot of time on the third. Emotions. Unnecessarily wasting time with emotional thoughts, which is uncontrollable and you can never improve in your life. That should be ignored. Westerners, no young children will cry. I have not seen 6 months. Not that they don't have 6 months, 3 months, 1 year, 2 years. No, not there. Because they don't. Nobody cares them. You become independent. Here you don't have any other job. You keep on patting them, chatting with them, actually wasting a lot of time. Just leave them, they will become themselves good. Because you have been done like that, or your parents did to you, you are continuing the same thing. Got it? There they spend a lot of time intellectually. Every house will have good library. India, you don't see, even teachers never read.
But the present scenario, the influences there also, the reading habit.
Who says? Have you ever been to America?
No.
You go to America, every county is like a village. Every county has got a common library. And in which Mahatma Gandhi's book itself will be 3 big rows of this size. You tell me which library in Madurai has got Mahatma Gandhi's book 3 rows. And there is a counter for only children. And that is designed so well, children can pick up books and then sit on the floor and then read. The lighting is also given like that. I worked with one of the best construction company who makes buildings for Infosys, PNC Menon. His Omani citizenship is given to PNC Menon. Because his construction in Oman, palaces are graded as one of the best. Very rare to get a Gulf citizenship for a Hindu from India. I worked with him. He has got a school in which LKG, UKG commode is the size of a small child commode. Comfortable for them. The wash basin is for them. The step is made for them. Here we make steps. Your house, when your children were young, were you that careful that the commode is given to them for that size? That is design thinking. Are you getting what I am saying? User convenience, for that purpose when you make it, it becomes good, right? And even wash basin. At our house, we don't have wash basins of differences. At least what I have done is I kept a lot of different sizes of stools are there. My children can stand on top and I got a ladder for my bookshelf. I've got, probably when I did my PhD, when I shifted from Bangalore to Hyderabad, I had nearly 350 kg books. I buy books. That's my learning. Learn. If there is a 20 seconds rule, if I have got water where picking it up is 20 seconds. This is a 20 seconds rule. If I have water here, I will drink. If I don't have, I don't drink. Right? 20 seconds, if I have books, definitely I will pick it up. So you need books around you. Children growing with the books around will become readers. My two sons, even if I read my Malayalam newspaper and tell my son who is in Ireland, this is the news today, he said, I finished reading newspaper. So he will finish his Malayalam newspaper reading before I tell him the news. Because that's how I pick him up from childhood. My two sons, all of you will have the same problem. When you go to bus stand and then the school bus will come to pick up, the time is the most horrible time. Because you don't know the bus left or not. They will start fighting with you. I never had this problem because we have got two newspaper stands. Two sons. I tell both of them, go and pick up whichever paper you want. So they will run to get whichever of their choice. If one buys one Deccan Chronicle, the next one cannot buy Deccan Chronicle. They have to buy another. And then the job is whether this news is in this paper or not. As young children, LKG, they started the habit of reading newspaper on the roadside. Are you getting what I am saying? So it is not that I am not digitally up. Digitally up or not, the Western world, everybody reads books. And that makes their writing skill also better. Your children, most of them are not good because you have not made them to write. Reading and writing is essential. Don't think with all the gadgets and notes which I have, do you think that I don't write today? You think it's easy to learn all the slokas? Chapter wise, subject wise, put in different pockets. Physics, chemistry, everything will be different. Not now. All these are, if I am standing in railway station, if I have some thoughts, I will keep writing. Okay, my poetries are like this. Not one, you will see many of them. Am I bored in railway if the train is late? Good enough? One is good enough, right? Huh? I am not asking you to take a note where I am not doing. I am doing it. If I don't do, I will not tell you to do this. I am recording. How many of you have recorded this class? Because you don't think it is worth, right? This college also did not record. Don't you do it? When a prime minister comes or president comes, you do it, right? What worth it? So you are only worried about being famous, being recognized, but not about your. So that means you are not fit to be teachers. When I was with my guru on all my travel, including Kailash, that time electronic was not there. I had a cassette recorder. Every 40 minutes, 30 minutes only I can record. You know, I went with a lot of cassettes because I know I'm going to travel with him 10 days. And those 140 hours of discussion with my guru, it's one of the most treasure which I am still keeping it. Knowledge. You lost a chance because your parents did not teach you. And don't think my parents taught me. My mother, 3rd class dropout. My father, totally illiterate. He couldn't even know how to read and write. He was a basic farmer. But he knows farming. And I lost him when he was 4 years old. And I was not a good student. Though my brothers were educated, they were not taking care of us. Because they all shifted from village, went to cities. I am the youngest. I am the last one to migrate. So I sold my properties, started business when I was in 8th class. But then I realized education, that only can stand. I am in Madurai not because of whatever I have. It's only because of my knowledge. Yes or no? You did not call me because I look handsome, right? So you have to be spending a lot of time on intellect. You are teachers and your children will love you. What for? Oh, she is so beautiful. Maybe sometime they will. Otherwise, no. You have a stand saying that, no, yeah. Today evening I am meeting one of the professor whom I never met. He is a philosophy man. He is from Madurai, long back. I never met him. When I wrote to him saying that I am in Madurai, he wanted to come here. He said, don't come. He is almost 80 crossed, must have. From the look and the interaction, that's what I have never seen him. So I said, I am going to come and meet you. And somebody else is going to pick me up from them. Because of what? Am I paying something to them? Why? Yes, when I asked him, I am coming, he has written paragraphs. What food I like, what do I prepare for you, so much. And the description of giving all the way to reach his house, everything he has described. I said, send me map location, that's good enough. It's an older tradition. Not that he is not new. That habit is there. Because he is a philosophy man. He is a philosophy person. So knowledge, most important. At least your kids will tell, I had a mother who was knowledgeable. Otherwise your husband or wife will tell, what is the purpose? They studied and got a degree, useless. I am, right, I am useless. I did not say useless. I said useless. But now onwards, it becomes a past tense, useless. I am useless. Who did not use me? I did not use me. Let me use from now onwards, much better. That's only what I am saying. We are not useless. We are useless. I am a psychotherapist. Many people will keep on thinking, yeah, what should I do, what I did. And you keep discussing with another person who is also useless. And they will also tell you, yeah. You want to get rid of all the psychological problems, all the worries, write it. I keep telling, you want to scold your children? Don't scold. Write it, big poster, put it there. Read every day. So you don't waste time. Your husband and wife scolding? Yeah, this you told already. Send every day morning WhatsApp. These are all the normal scolding. You need an editing. See, I'll tell you, documentation makes your thoughts concretized. One of the great thoughts on design thinking. Any innovation, you are not inventors. You are not discoverers. No new problem is in you. Every problem what was told yesterday, only they will scold today also. So new problem is not seen in you. Huh? Did your husband or wife, spouse seen some new problem in you? Old problems only, right? But they will show new face. I will show you my face now. That means so far they were not hiding, they were not showing, right? Yeah, another face. Yeah, that means they were showing some other face. And while marrying, they are only better half. So where is the best half? Best half is somewhere else. Eh? Yes, for everyone, best half is somewhere else. I wish. What to do anyway? Once you miss a bus, you get lot of buses. Once you get into a bus, you miss lot of buses. She is lucky. She has not got into any bus. I'll tell you, don't think about problems. What to be done? Design thinking or invention or discovery or innovations or improvisations. I am diluting it. Each word is important. Look at dictionary. I am a man of dictionary. You want digital dictionary? No Oxford. Wordhippo.com. That's a dictionary name. Website. Okay? Wordhippo.com. In wordhippo.com, many synonyms, many antonyms, word can be used, all that can be learned. So I teach English through wordhippo.com. Okay. You know, in English testing, examination, they will give you slim antonym. Tell me. See, 3, 4 came. There cannot be two different antonyms, there cannot be two different meanings. English is very, very good as a language. No confusions. Okay, what are the similes for slim? Thin, lean. What is the opposite? How do you check this? What is the apt one? The antonym for thin is? So, that is out. Because thin and thick. Okay, now confusion between slim and lean. Lean girl or slim girl? Whom do you like? Why? Lean is some disease. She is lean means not at all healthy. So nobody should be lean. Yeah, slim is beauty. Beauty is also strength. Correct? So now fat and stout. Which is good? Fat is look, stout is with energy. So now slim with energy, fat without energy. So that is opposite. Lean with energy. Is it English or mathematics? So I teach English because I am strong in mathematics. Logic. Language is logic. Communication is logic. Understand, design thinking is full of logic. Where to use what in apt way so that no confusion. That floppy disk or the poetry or the words which I am using. You know, my class is broadcastable class. What do I call it? I don't edit. Except in the beginning, probably if I mention somebody. Yesterday, already editing is over. Only I posted that, your brother told me, and that portion I have cut. But your brother name came. But in between, I said, you may not heard me earlier. That portion I have cut. So I do that editing. I finished editing yesterday, and then today's I may not be able to finish. So that every day my job will be over. Not tomorrow. Today's is today. After that only I'll sleep. Because I am expecting bigger and better jobs tomorrow. Why are you delaying? I will do it tomorrow because you think tomorrow is going to be much worse. For me, tomorrow is going to be much better. Are you getting what I am saying? If you are not doing something today and say tomorrow I will do, that means it should not be. You must always expect I am progressing. Better one. Don't worry. Whatever you have done yesterday, let it go. It may be waste. But tomorrow I am going to much better. I will do it better. So whatever you have done, you must be able to scrap it. Expecting tomorrow I am going to do the same thing. Much, much, much better. Okay. But what do we generally? We follow whatever was done earlier. No, don't do that. Every time new ideas should come. That's what is called improvisation. So just now my Anandan master who called, he will say, I am not an inventor, I am not discoverer. I learned from him only. I do improvisations. Good enough? I can go on and on. So you have to be good in language, otherwise expression will become confusion. What do you perceive is not what, as a speaker, when I speak, I have some perception. But as listener, your frequency need not match. So you perceive in different style. After some time you became alright. In the beginning you thought, this fellow, how to sit with him. Because your frequency was not matching with me. So what I do? You have to rub it so that you will become smooth, right? Always it's like that. Then floatable. Right? A perceiver perceives the way the perceiver wants to perceive and not the way the speaker wants the perceiver to perceive. Perceiver perceives the way the perceiver wants to perceive, not the way the speaker wants the perceiver to perceive. I am good in teaching English. So each one of you should tell me what did you learn, one point, and ask me one question if you can. Yeah. Any volunteers? Because your point nobody should repeat. New points I want. Are you getting what I am saying? Nobody should repeat a point what somebody else told. Tell one point what you learned. Now who want to tell first? Yeah, because she has only 1 point. You got what I am saying, the trick. In your class also you should do this. There is a Nane's principle. You must not have learned B.Ed. Or if at all you have learned also, you don't know the teaching technologies. I have a book written on academics. How to teach. Adaptive learning. How do you become a good teacher? It says after the class you must take stock of what did you teach. How do you know that? Tell me what did you learn in the class. Random. 10 people can say. The first 10, I will give you internal marks. You understood? This is how I do. I don't do this. What I do is, 5 o'clock the class over, before 6 o'clock, I must get a report on what did you learn in my class in text form. So I was doing a emotional intelligence on corporate communications, one BBA program. Whatever the internals, I am not looking at the book, it comes just like this. So whatever they gave, I made into a book and submitted to the school and the college, they are teaching that as a textbook now. Emotional intelligence on corporate communications. Who wrote it? Not me. My students wrote as an assignment. So you can all become authors. You can produce books from your children if they are good. And your job is to make them good. So you tell me, 1 point. You could ask me one doubt also. Sit down. See this chanting, all the traditional things should go. Yeah.
Actually, the point which I like is about visualization.
Visualization. Good enough.
It's very vital. My only doubt is, normally whenever we do research,
Yeah.
we talk about literature study.
Yeah.
What is